Hello everyone, Daniel Kerr here. So today I want to talk about the pitch knob here in the part comment section of the Korg ESX. Okay. Now I'm sure that many of you have figured out that when you are in the drum parts, if you have a tonal piece that any of these samples, you can pitch it one octave up by going to plus 39, okay? But basically, years ago, I did a video with the ES2, and I mapped out the pitch knob value for all of the notes in any of the drum parts or on in any sample that is not played in a keyboard part, right? And what I did was I kind of had to do some finagling on a few of those because some of the values were between numbers, okay? And basically, anybody who's ever bought a sample set from me, the synths are always tuned to C, and that's so that you can play them logically in a keyboard part, and it will be in tune with a normal piano or synthesizer, right? And that goes for most sample packs, okay? The thing about this is that because I start with C, I've mapped out C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, and C. Notice I didn't use the term flat because I want this to be in logical order, right? So I'm going to put a diagram or a chart right here on the screen. And as you can see, that starting from C, 0 is the pitch knob value. Obviously, C sharp is plus 6, D is plus 9, okay? I'm going to skip D sharp for a moment and go to E, which is plus 15, F is plus 18, F sharp plus 21, G plus 24, G sharp plus 27, A plus 30, A sharp plus 33, B plus 36, and a full octave is plus 39, okay? Now with D sharp, because the D sharp, and I used a tuner to test these, okay? Because a guitar tuner, because the D sharp is between two values, I had to finagle it, right? So what you do is you put the pitch at plus 15, and then over in the modulation section here, you have pitch set as your destination. And what you do is you go down to a tail, basically like an envelope, a single envelope. You put the speed at max and in the depth value at -9, and you will get a perfect D sharp. Okay, now how is this useful? Well, for one thing, you can throw stabs and that are tuned to C and basically tune them to fit your keyboard parts or your samples from vinyl or whatever, and that's useful. And of course, that's like the obvious use. However, another thing you can do, I got a synth here on keyboard part, on drum part 1, and if you turn on your motion sequence for each of these, you can tune the value of each. I've copied this note to all of the rest of the drum parts. And what I've done is I've actually, we don't need no motion sequence right now because for each of the parts, what I did is I just pitched them up according to the chart to a C minor scale. Okay, listen. That's a full octave. And that one is down an octave, right? That way I can play. Okay, already this has amazing applications. In fact, on the keyboard part over here, I have a respace to test everything. And in the slice parts, I got some little breaks, right? So if I, here, what I'll do, I'll turn the metronome on, it's on. This metronome is so loud here. I'm going to put the mic down just for a second and record a little piece of here. Watch. All right. As you can hear, it's good. Now let's test it with the Reese. Obviously good. if you can't see how useful that alone is, right, then I got some bad news for you. Okay? Now, let's take it to the next level. On this pattern, okay, everything's muted, right? What I've done, let's start with the first synth, the very same synth that I had before. And what I've done is I've put in an arpeggio in here. And instead of doing what I did before with the pitch, I used the motion sequence, and I went to step edit, and I put the motion value of each one of these notes to fit the C minor scale. Listen. All right, let's test it with the Reese. Drums. Now, each one of these synths is a different synth tone. Okay, watch this. Of course, each one of these, you can record more motion sequence values if you want. Filter. Okay, now already we've entered into, now you have 9 keyboard parts in the drum parts if you want. Now, I obviously don't do that. I usually put a couple kicks here, a couple snares here. And then these are the choke groups. It would be really interesting to put arpeggios on each of these, because then you can leave these ones going and you can mute and unmute the choke pieces, and those notes will cut the other ones off. You can do some really, really interesting things with those, I'm certain, right? Haven't even explored all this territory yet. I've already given you all the knowledge that you need to take your ESX game to the next level, just so far in this video. Now, the last question I want to ask you is, what if somebody, hypothetically, for morbid curiosity, wanted to take the studio vocal of Lady Gaga's Paparazzi and mix it with maybe The Break from Jungle Liquid Sky by Carlos Solslinger, and then wanted to speed it up to 175 BPMs and mash it with the Nebulist Promised Land, which is the Nebulist's new single, right? Came out in December, but is officially released now. And if you go to the link in the description of this video and you grab that from his Bandcamp, right? He owns the label that I'm on in the UK, by the way. And his name is Bazzy. He's a good dude. Anyway, you if you grab his track and send me a screenshot, right? And it's pay as you want. It's free. But if you want to throw him a few bucks, I definitely do that whenever I can, because I want people to pay for my music eventually, and I know that what goes around comes around. So yeah, throw him a couple bucks, throw him a couple of pounds. And pick up that. Show me a screenshot that you downloaded the video, and send it to snowmetaluniversity@gmail.com, and I'll send you a free sample pack. Yeah, for the ESX or for anything. Actually, the WAV files will be in there. You can use it in any DAW or sampler. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna mash these tracks up, and I love you guys. I'll have yet more groundbreaking ESX videos coming up in the next week or so. Be blessed.
We're coming out, got my flash on, it's true. Need that picture of you, it's so magical. We'd be so fantastical. Leather and jeans, girls rock glamorous. Not sure what it means, but this photo of us, it don't have a price.